and Facebook
Welcome,
Live.
Nandakishore. Nandakishore. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Nandakishore.
Good evening.
You could make it. Namaste, na.
Okay, namaskara.
And ఇవాళ మనకు
Hi, Shiva.
అన్న నమస్తే అన్న అప్పుడే
Namaste.
Sir,
Nandakishore గారు.
yeah, I'm able to hear you, sir. Good
Yeah.
evening.
Thank you so much. You could make it, and hope Shivaprasad garu.
సార్ లైవ్ ఉన్నాం సార్ యూట్యూబ్ అండ్
Live on.
ఫేస్బుక్ బోత్ ఆర్ లైవ్ నౌ టు ది
Okay,
వరల్డ్.
thank you so much. నందకిషోర్ ఒకరు మీరు ఇవాళ రావడం అన్నది మాకు చాలా ఒక విధమైన ప్రోత్సాహాన్ని మాకు కలుగజేశారు మీరు. ఎందుకు అని అంటే చాలా మటుకు నగరాలు మన హక్కులు మనకు ఆరోగ్యంగా జీవించడానికి ఒక హక్కు ఉన్నది అన్నది మీరు గత 5 ఏళ్లుగా పోరాడుతున్నారు. కౌంటీ బాచ్పల్లి ఏరియాలో చౌకాయువులు విపరీతంగా వస్తాయి. 2 సమస్యల్ని మీ ప్రాంతంలో నేను చూశాను. ఒకటి హిల్ కౌంటీ ఇండస్ట్రియల్ ఏరియా నుంచి విషవాయువులు రావడం, పక్కనే ఉన్న పంచాయతీలో 360 రోజులు 24 గంటలు గాలి తగలట్టు ఉన్నారు. ఈ 2 సమస్యలు అంటే అసలు మున్సిపల్ కార్పొరేషను దగ్గరలోనే పంచాయతీ ఉంది. మరి దీనికి యాజ్ ఎ బిగ్ బ్రదర్ what kind of a role the GHMC should play in taking the issues of neighborhood panchayat. So these are the issues, and yours is a very unique problem. Today the air pollution is almost spread over to 25 residential areas covering more than 20 square kilometers, I believe. Yes, sir?
Yeah, that's true, sir.
And welcome to my good old friend ASK Nair.
Thank you.
And today we go little bit Telugu and English. Okay.
Go ahead. Carry on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And this is a peculiar case, Mr. Nandakishore. He worked in the state pollution control board, and we know each other at that time when we were organizing a credit course for masters in environment central.
Yeah, that's
And
EPTR, sir. Environment Protection Training and Research Institute. Yeah.
he was in EPT. Okay. Nandakishore garu. So Nandakishore,
చెప్పండి సార్.
please, you see, ఇవాళ మీరు మీ స్ట్రగుల్స్ గురించి మీరు ఎక్కడి దాకా ఇది తీసుకెళ్ళగలిగారు, లోకల్ మున్సిపాలిటీకి మన సమస్యలకి ఎటువంటి ఆటంకాలు వస్తున్నాయి అన్నది. ఐ రిక్వెస్ట్ యూ టు స్పీక్ అవుట్. ద ప్లాట్ఫామ్ ఈజ్ యువర్స్, మిస్టర్ నందకిషోర్.
few minutes మాట్లాడతాను సార్.
You go ahead. This is a citizens platform. We are here to keep this open. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Sir, as far as industrial pollution, air pollution is concerned, బేసిక్గా పొల్యూటెంట్ వీళ్ళు తెలుసుకోలేకపోయారు. ఈవెన్ ఐ థింక్ 15-20 lakhs పెట్టి ఈపీటీఆర్ఐకి వర్క్ ఇచ్చారన్నమాట పీసీబీ వాళ్ళు. అయితే లైక్ వాళ్ళు టెండర్ బ్యాగ్స్లో ఎయిర్ శాంపిల్స్ కలెక్ట్ చేసి జీసీఎంఎస్ నుంచి రన్ చేశారు. బట్ దే కుడెంట్ ఫైండ్ ది మెయిన్ పొల్యూటెంట్. అయితే ఏంటంటే ఇప్పుడు ఈరోజు కూడా ఇష్యూ ఏంటంటే ఒక 2 టిపికల్ స్మెల్స్ వస్తున్నాయి. పొల్యూటెంట్ ఏంటో తెలియదు. చాలా వరకు ఏంటంటే ఏదో ఎస్ఎంఎస్ డ్రగ్స్ లేదా టీఎస్డిఎఫ్ అలా ఏదో 2-3 ఇండస్ట్రీస్ అనుకుంటున్నారు తప్ప పిన్ పాయింట్ చేయలేదు. సో అన్లెస్ వీ నో ది పొల్యూటెంట్ వీ విల్ నాట్ బి ఏబుల్ టు నో ది ఇంపాక్ట్ ఇట్ కాజెస్ ఆన్ ది హెల్త్. సో అది పరిస్థితి అనమాట. అండ్ మీరు అన్నట్టు లైక్ ఆల్మోస్ట్ కపుల్ ఆఫ్ స్క్వేర్ కిలోమీటర్స్ అది స్ప్రెడ్ అవుతుంది. ఈ రోజు కూడా ఏదో కొంతమంది మర్ క్యాప్టెన్ అంటారు, అలా రకరకాలుగా మాట్లాడుతున్నారు. కానీ లైక్ ఫొరెన్సిక్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ ఇన్వెస్టిగేషన్ ఏం అవ్వట్లేదు. లైక్ ఇంతమంది మరి సైంటిఫిక్ యాంగిల్ నుంచి ఉన్నారు కదా, లైక్ ఇంత టెక్నాలజీ ఉంది, అంతా ఉంది. బట్ మొత్తానికి అయితే పొల్యూటెంట్ ఈ రోజు వరకు కూడా కనుక్కోలేకపోయారు. నా అనిపించిన 2 పద్ధతులు ఉన్నాయి. ఒకటేమో ఇప్పుడు మన పోలీస్ స్టేషన్లో పాత పద్ధతిలో 4 కొట్టి తెలుసుకోవడం అన్నది ఒక పద్ధతి. ఇంకో పద్ధతి ఏమో సైంటిఫిక్ గా మెటీరియల్ బ్యాలెన్స్, మాస్ బ్యాలెన్స్, లేకపోతే శాంపిల్ కలెక్ట్ చేసి GCMS రన్ చేసి ప్రాపర్ గా తెలుసుకోవడం ఇంకో పద్ధతి. విండ్ డైరెక్షన్ నుంచి దెన్ ప్రాబ్లీ లైక్ ఇప్పుడు విండ్ ఎటు ఫ్లో అవుతుంది, ఏ స్పీడ్ తో ఫ్లో అవుతుంది, ఈ పద్ధతిలో సైంటిఫిక్ గా తెలుసుకోవడం పద్ధతి. సో మరి రెండు రకాలుగాను మరి చేయట్లేదు. సో అది యాజ్ ఫర్ యాజ్ ఎయిర్ పొల్యూషన్ ఇస్ కన్సర్న్డ్. ఈ డంప్ యార్డ్ ఏదైతే ఉందో ఇది బేసికల్ అబ్జర్వ్ చేసిన ఏంటంటే లైక్ దాని ఫెన్సింగ్ లేదు, ఏమీ లేదు. ఒక 1-2 acres ఉన్న డంప్ యార్డ్ ఆల్మోస్ట్ 15 acres స్ప్రెడ్ అయింది 2-3 years లో. సో ఆబ్వియస్గా దెర్ ఆర్ సో మెనీ ఎలిమెంట్స్ విచ్ ప్రాబ్లీ కమ్ దేర్, బర్న్, ప్రాబ్లీ వైర్స్ బర్న్ చేయొచ్చు, ఆర్ ఎల్స్ లైక్ డంప్ యార్డ్ని దే పుట్ ఆన్ ఫైర్ సో దట్ మెటల్స్ కెన్ బి ఎక్స్ట్రాక్టెడ్. అలాంటి వీ డోంట్ నో లైక్ వాట్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ గోయింగ్ ఆన్, బట్ మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద టైమ్ లైక్ డంప్ యార్డ్లో నిప్పు పెట్టడం జరుగుతుంది అనమాట. అఫీషియల్గా కూడా నిప్పు పెడుతున్నారని తెలిసింది, ప్రూఫ్ ఏం లేదు. అంటే బేసిక్లీ దే వాంట్ టు రెడ్యూస్ ది క్వాంటమ్ ఆఫ్ డంప్ సో దట్ మళ్ళీ మర్నాడు మళ్ళీ వచ్చే గార్బేజ్ 3 పంచాయత్స్ నుంచి వచ్చే గార్బేజ్ మళ్ళీ అక్కడ పట్టాలి కదా. సో అందుకని చెప్పి బర్న్ చేస్తున్నారని తెలిసింది. పీసీబీ కంప్లైంట్ ఇచ్చాం. పీసీబీ ఏమో 3 పంచాయత్స్కి వేరే వాళ్ళు కూడా నోటీసెస్ సర్వ్ చేశారు. అలా 3 సార్లు చేశారు. సో ఇంకా 4వసారి చాలా గట్టిగా చెప్పామన్నమాట. అంటే అఫీషియల్స్ చేంజ్ అయిపోతున్నారు. ఇప్పుడు ఈ రోజుకి మున్సిపాలిటీ అయింది ఇది. అఫీషియల్స్ ఇది ఇప్పుడు బ్యూరోక్రాట్స్ వచ్చున్నారు. కాబట్టి అక్కడ పనిచేసే అఫీషియల్స్ మాత్రం మొదటి నుంచి సేమ్ ఉన్నారు కనుక వాళ్ళపైన యాక్షన్ తీసుకోవాలని గట్టిగా చెప్పామన్నమాట. సో లాస్ట్ టైం కొంచెం వాళ్ళకి నోటీస్ సర్వ్ చేస్తూ రాశారన్నమాట, వాళ్ళపైన యాక్షన్ తీసుకుంటామని చెప్పి. మొన్నటిసారి క్లియర్గా వాళ్ళకి చెప్పారు, మీ పైన మేము కోర్టులో లైక్ యాక్షన్ తీసుకోవడం జరుగుతుంది, మేము పంపిస్తున్నాం అని చెప్పారు. సో అప్పటి నుంచి ఈ బర్నింగ్ ఆగిపోయిందండి. డంప్ యార్డ్ పైన ఒక లేయర్ కూడా వేయమన్నాము, అది వేస్తున్నారు అనమాట, సాయిల్. సో దానికన్నా ముఖ్యంగా అక్కడ డబుల్ బెడ్రూమ్ హౌసెస్ వస్తున్నాయి 2 పక్కల. సో దాని మూలంగా కూడా నెమ్మది ఇంకా వాళ్ళు ఆబ్వియస్గా దాన్ని ఎప్పుడప్పుడు మూవ్ చేయాల్సింది తప్పదు వాళ్ళకి. సో అందుకని ఆగిపోయింది అనుకుంటున్నాం.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
యాజ్ ఫర్ డంప్ యార్డ్ ఇస్ కన్సర్న్ అది సరే. ప్రస్తుతానికి అయితే అది డంప్ యార్డ్లో ఇప్పుడు ఇది నిప్పు పెట్టడం జరగట్లా. అన్ఫార్చునేట్లీ ఏంటంటే సార్ లైక్ 1100 రెసిడెంట్స్ ఉన్నారు, విల్లాస్, అపార్ట్మెంట్స్ కలిపి. బట్ చాలా తక్కువ వాళ్ళకి ఐడియా ఉంది అంటే దాని మూల ఇంపాక్ట్స్ ఏముంటాయి. ఇప్పుడు లైక్ అదే గార్బేజ్లో ప్లాస్టిక్స్ ఉంటాయి, ఎన్నో ఉంటాయి. లైక్ వెన్ ది బర్న్ లైక్ దాని మూలంగా ఇప్పుడు వచ్చే ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ వాళ్ళకి తెలియదు. చాలా మంది తెలిసినా మనకి ఏం అవుతుందే అనుకుంటుంటారు అనమాట. దట్స్ వాట్ ఐ ఫౌండ్. అది సో ప్రస్తుతానికి మాత్రం అది సబ్సైడ్ అయింది ఆ ప్రాబ్లమ్.
Okay, to help my friend who works at the national level, and Dr. A.S.K. Nair, for quite some time he was involved in the municipalities and all. My friend Nand Kishore, he lives in a fairly a good, a decent habitation and a luxury apartments and luxury villa. But it is on a hillock actually.
Right.
And abetting the pharmaceutical industrial estate. Earlier it was all a forest green zone.
Yeah.
The polluted gases which used to come, and probably the green used to take care of that. We don't know. But suddenly, they have cleared all this green zone and developed villas and flats there. And 90% of the people, they brought the entire properties, negotiating through the online. So they don't know because even the builder doesn't give the information on the neighborhood of his real estate.
Oh.
But today that gave us a very good, eye-opening that, real estate people, when they announce, the government, be able to come out with, some kind of an information chaos, wherein that, warning the people on such sensitive zones, number one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Number two is, today the situation is every house has one or two people suffering from respiratory disease.
That's right.
And the second thing is, this falls under municipal corporation. The adjoining habitation falls under panchayat. So they used to dump a lot of garbage in the panchayat zone and burn it. Even burning the garbage is offensive, and it can attract both penalty and putting behind the bars.
Right.
And the third point, which we always used to say, is burning of plastics will release the dioxins,
That's true.
which will induce the male hormones into the female,
Gynec problems.
aggravates the thyroid problems basically. So this is another part of it. And now I'm saying, now this panchayat is converted into a municipality. Whether it is a municipality or a corporation or a panchayat, problem remains the same.
That's true.
So this is a typical thing. And what I feel is, pollution maybe because Anna, I request you to look into this aspect, because the PCB is under the state government and the habitations are under the municipality. So do you think that this kind of a disparity will also create some kind of an attitudinal and behavioral change in the officers of the state protected officers to deliver the goods for the municipality areas? Please.
Subha, can I just intervene for a minute?
Yes, sir, please.
Yeah. I was listening to Mr. Nageshwar Rao very carefully. Very carefully. And he was seriously demonstrating the problems out of the air pollution and related aspects. Now, the first point which you were highlighting was on real estate. Now, you are aware that how the real estate lobby was shattered in Kerala when 22-floor 3 buildings were shattered. You are aware about it? Are you aware about it?
No. Please throw light on that.
Yeah, actually they trespassed the Coastal Zone Regulation Act and constructed many buildings. Now, 4 buildings in the island area trespassed the CRZ, and it was somebody sued in the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court gave a strong action to be taken for demolishing all the 4, not 3 actually, all the 4 tall buildings. And that was done just prior to the beginning of the COVID, this year itself, mind it. So there are ways and means by which we can take certain action, but it depends on how strong you are. At this juncture, I would just like to tell you that Hyderabad Democracy Forum is a good venture which you have taken. Now, the problem which this gentleman was saying didn't take place last year. So this is a problem which has been happening in Hyderabad for the last so many years. Now, you have to take an action to this level, then only some of the higher officials' eyes can be opened. Means it looks very sad. Your effort is very good. I fully support that. But the only problem is that the state government, the municipalities, the municipalities in the sense that municipal corporation or panchayat, they all have to work together, hand in hand. They are basically for solving the issues, isn't it? It is not for the aggravating the issues. Now, under the right to information, you can get the details even if the real estate fellow is not going to give you. Now, for this, one Subbarao or one Professor Reddy working is not sufficient. In Hyderabad, you need a large number of people who will come to tell our city, our vision. Okay, and citizens' participation and perceptions and perspectives is a wonderful thing. But in the screen, I'm not seeing much people. So, is Hyderabad people are not worried about it? Only Subbarao.
1 second. I'm just intervening now because time constraint.
Yeah.
We initiated the efforts almost 7 years back.
Okay.
Same area, same habit.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. And I request Nand Kishore because it took 7 years, and majority of them, they feel, MLA came, MP came, everybody promised that, they will bring the minister, concerned urban minister. Even the urban minister during the last elections came there. You know that? So efforts were going on. But the whole problem is whenever an political person in the ruling comes there, people gets cooled down. They expect that a minister having visited the place will solve the problem. Yes. So these people are doing, and they have filed umpteen number of RTIs, and I request Nand Kishore to briefly in a 2-3 minutes time, and today it is more than 20 residential colonies. And another problem is this is the newly expanded part of the city.
I see.
And 80% of the residents here are not from Hyderabad.
Correct.
They all migrated in last 10 years from different parts of. We had huge migration from Gujarat, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Delhi, Haryana because of the IT growth.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Okay.
Oh yes.
So community building in a urban area is also a big challenge. Get to know each other and other things. So these are the issues, and what you said. It is much easy for us, for the areas where we see the residents for last 30 years.
Oh yeah.
Because they are also aware of who is the minister, who is the officer and all.
Right.
The residents who recently migrated, they are at a loss. And
That's
second
correct.
thing, they are always under the pressure, stress and strain in the IT work style. So that was one thing. And Nand Kishore, you can briefly tell before Professor Purushotam Reddy takes that.
Sure.
Please, the efforts you have taken and how you are. Today, the PCB has installed the air monitoring instrument for the first time in the state at their residential areas.
My God.
Yes. So that is the achievement.
In fact, as far as the industrial pollution is concerned,
Yes, sir.
they have put an equipment like it's a high volume sampler basically. But the gaseous pollutant is different, and the one what they're putting is different. So obviously, like a BDA, you will be getting BDA levels.
Okay.
So that is a major problem. So it's more like an eyewash. I can say that what the PCB was doing instead of doing it in a scientific way. So even today, like I think they are trying to identify some industries, like not scientifically, but in some other form. Like the perception of a lot of residents is that probably the PCB might be already knowing like who are the culprits, but then they are shielding them. That's the thought process. And as far as the industrial pollution, the gaseous pollutant is concerned, I think a lot of people have joined the WhatsApp and Facebook groups, and they are putting a lot of pressure, and probably writing to CPCB, MOEF, and others too, because like they have already exhausted all politicians, governor, and probably even the Greenpeace, probably they exhausted all that. The second aspect is the garbage problem, which is a localized problem only to our community. What the Pollution Control Board, while sending notices, have also levied a fine of 25,000, which is prescribed in the new set of rules, the MIF rules of the Municipal Solid Waste Management and Handling rules. So they have also levied the penalty of 25,000. I don't know whether they have, it's an interdepartmental transfer of the money. I don't know whether they have taken the money or not. But of course, definitely there was pressure from that angle.
Yeah, thank you, Nankish. It's a long way to go, and my own experience as a scientist looking into it, you see, people have not understood. The common man's understanding of watershed itself is a big zero.
So I got one simple question.
The understanding of air sheds. Air originates at one place, disperses in a wider circle. Water originates at different places and discharges through a single point. Even PCBs do not have the capacities. Is anybody validating the capacities of PCB in this country? Unlike the Canada or North America? No? How does the people, and Professor Purushotam Reddy knows that company and the other things, we cannot go in detail of these deliberations. And second thing, I want to make it very clear to SK Nair, we are inviting only a few identified selected people for the webinar discussions.
I see. Okay.
Okay, because yesterday we had a marathon webinar of 4 hours with 25 speakers from different parts of the city.
Very good.
Consolidating all this, it's a big task, and we are very few people who are doing this exercise. Okay, but the YouTube yesterday, it was viewed more than 300 people.
That's very good. That's very good.
What we see is not the end to it. Okay, I request Professor Purushotam Reddy to throw brief light on this. Professor Purushotam Reddy.
Thank you, Subbarao Garu. At the outset, I would welcome our friend Professor Mutyam Reddy, Shravya Reddy. Shravya is my student, and our elders like K.V. Rao Garu, my friend Nand Kishore. The basic point, Dr. Nair, we were discussing about the role and performance of the GHMC and similar municipal corporations in the country.
Right.
Now, I am not going into the 74th Amendment because I have requested Subbarao Garu that we shall discuss that particular item day after tomorrow, because on that particular issue, I have done a lot of work in recent times, and I would like to share all the ideas so that we can collectively bring about the needed pressure. But again, 74th Amendment is for the entire country, and we noticed that municipal corporations or city governance, urban governance, is suffering in every state of India, every state. Now, as you know, Dr. Nair, show me one city in this country which is livable. Delhi, the entire North Indian cities are virtually in a gas chamber.
Okay.
And our coastal cities are, threatened, and there's nothing like a master plan. There's nothing like designing, taking into consideration the possibilities of nature. Design with Nature is a beautiful book written by Ian McHugh, one of the finest books on, planning. But coming to the question raised by my friend Subbarao Garu, see, today, for example, if we take Hyderabad, this is only as a case study, and Hyderabad is not the only city which is affected. what are the powers of the mayor? The mayor cannot appoint the city police commissioner, example. He cannot appoint the Director General of Fire Services. He has no control over the Pollution Control Board. He has no control over the Metro Water Works and Sewerage Board. So what is the power that is vested with the mayor of Hyderabad, or for that matter, any mayor in this country? So we need to take a relook on the concept of urban governance. So the point is, I, as a political scientist and been teaching this subject for so many years, I realize that the urban governance has been deliberately neglected, in spite of the fact the initiative came from Rajiv Gandhi, and Rajiv Gandhi was basically focusing on the local governance in the villages, that is Panchayat also. And in fact, his very famous example of 1 rupee traveling from Delhi to a Gram Panchayat. The value of 1 rupee when it begins the journey would be 100 paise in Delhi. But by the time the money reaches a Gram Panchayat, it becomes 15 paise. So in between, somebody is knocking off the money. Now who that somebody is? From Delhi it comes to state government, from state government it goes to the district collector, and then so many levels, and finally it reaches the Gram Panchayat. So that is one aspect. So to set right this, pilferage en route to the Gram Panchayat, Rajiv Gandhi initiated what subsequently became famous as the 73rd and the 74th Amendment. Meanwhile, when the Lok Sabha passed the bill, the Rajya Sabha, which is basically a council of states, they stalled that constitutional amendment. And unfortunately, Rajiv Gandhi was eliminated, and the subsequent prime ministers, they could not take it further. Finally, it was P.V. Narasimha Rao who got the 73rd and 74th Amendment done. But then going into the details of that particular thing, we realize that the state governments or the Rajya Sabha members, they extended support only on one condition.
Okay.
And that condition was that the finances shall flow to the state governments first.
What are you having, Maggie?
And it is the state government which will be allotting the money to the local governments, both in the city and also in the villages. Anyway, as my friend raised a question, the urban government as we imagine in this country is not definitely democratic. The only thing that appears to be democratic is the election. But after the election, you have the ex officio members, and the majority is already very well known. Unless there is a landslide victory, it is very difficult to ensure a real good political change. And even then, an existing political party will be set aside, a new party may come. But then the state governments are the biggest stumbling block when it comes to the urban democratic functioning. As already pointed out, there is nothing in the hands of the DHMC. The quality of the air will continue to be bad, whether we vote for this party or that party, because that is under the Pollution Control Board, and that functions directly with the consent and knowledge of the state government. And our state governments throughout the country, they are all in favor of so-called development within inverted commas. And their perception of development is industrialization for the sake of industrialization. Industrialization per se is viewed as development. And they don't bother about the siting of the industry or the technology concern. They're not worried, they're not corporate, there's nothing like a corporate social responsibility in this country except for one or two, like, the Tata Group in some cases. We don't see accountability on the part of the industry. And they think, because they are bribing the government, they think they have a right to pollute. And our citizens, because we are all fragmented, divided in the name of caste and region and language and whatnot. And then we have very limited stamina. We are unable to come together. We don't know the technologies of making a common cause. And ultimately, we the people, most often what happens is we do protest here and there, but we are not capable enough in terms of money and stamina and energy. We are not that strong. Here and there, we may be winning quite a few battles, but on the whole, we are all collectively losers because the governments, most of the political parties have become the running dogs of the corporates. And unless we, the people in this country, understand the value and meaning of democracy, it would become increasingly difficult, and that is the main purpose that Hyderabad Democracy Forum has been. We are launching it, and it is everybody's organization. It is a citizens' organization, unlike a typical NGO. It doesn't belong to 2 or 3 people. It is dedicated to the people of Hyderabad here. But similar groups, similar democracy forums may come. I'm sure in the days to come, they'll come in the districts and in every city of this country. We are hoping. So it is, and then we have our friend K.Purushotam Reddy, who is supporting us in a big way. And Hyderabad intellectuals are all, we are trying to make a common cause. There are initial hurdles, but then all of us, we have a duty to keep this flame of democracy alive. There may be some mistakes, but we are all learning in the process, and I hope in the days to come, we'll be able to exert the right kind of pressure in the political system.
Thank you, Professor Purushotam Reddy garu. And Nandkishore garu, this is one book. I had a close work relation with ESA, and this is the book. Everything you wanted to know about environment regulations. And I'm building because people have to come forward and learn. I admire the EPA's contribution in demystifying the science of environment and taking it to the people. I just read out Clean Air Act amendments. People in this country do not know what is a Clean Air Act. Okay, and I am reading. Will the Clean Air Act amendments apply to my community? This is what they are. Are we so open in this country? And you look at actions your community should be taking. EPI is a federal government agency. It's not a private party.
Right.
A federal government agency similar to CPCB has published this in 1989. 92, when I went to Rio, they gave these things to me, and I made several posters and going around in those days. Okay? So we need to, and Nandkishore garu, please think of this. I'm preparing this, and if some people like Ratna Gopal and others can come forward, we can come out with publications of this. Okay? Please, sir.
And one more small thing, sir, like even before going into that, when you think about a city, you normally have this zoning, the industrial zone, the residential zone, the commercial zone.
Yeah.
So this being one of the prestigious projects, so was zoning taken into consideration? How do you expect 1,000 odd residents to know where to purchase their houses if it's on the
you see, the whole problem is, I tell you my own personal case study. I was doing impact assessment for the Rajiv's Gruha opposite to your road,
okay,
Bolaram industrial area, adjoining to Reddy Labs.
So,
I do not know whether it has come up. And I did the entire study. To my shocking experience, Reddy has an incinerator there. I think you people know it by this time.
Yep.
Reddy Labs has an incinerator at that particular place. And you know, this Rajiv Sagruha was aiming 16-floor structures.
Okay.
Before the the select committee of environment, state environment, I rejected. I said this is inhuman, because the gases from the incinerator will touch the 9th floor of the complex.
Okay.
Okay? And you know the answer I got? The IAS officer, I don't name her, she said, this is the pet project of the CM. You don't worry, I will clear it. I said, to hell with it. I am not going to work for you, and you are killing the people. But I think they might have cleared it after that. I do not know. After that, I have not visited that area. This country doesn't care for the people. They are, bureaucrats are the slaves of the elected people, and they can violate anything. Majority, I am talking. Okay.
And
So
as
this
Purushotam,
lot of time, and then we can discuss. Nandkishore, every day we have this, and please join with your friends on Saturday marathon webinar.
Yes, sir.
And we have a very dynamic and who has a lot of patience. A similar case in water sector. My good friend Gagan Mishra. Gagan Mishra ji, please unmute your mic. Gagan Mishra ji. Gagan.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Your mic.
Yeah, I've done, sir.
Please, thank you so much. Gagan Mishra, I met him in 2012, and he lives neighborhood, and we are separated by a lake called Bon Lake, Hashmatpur. He was struggling, and the good friend Sardarji was there with you.
Yes.
I forgot his name. They filed cases and all. And today, the same lake, 60% is encroached. Why I am saying this is, this particular lake is managed and administered by 4 different agencies. Hyderabad Metro Development Agency, GHMC, Irrigation Department, and the 4th is the Hyderabad Cantonment. So where do the common man will go and make a complaint? So I do not want to take much time. I request Mr. Gagan to throw light on the fate of Hashmatpet Lake and how the floods got aggravated this year. Please, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Sir, in fact, of course, I am not a technical person. I am a pure play commercial guy. Thanks for your kind support and all those things. Sir, actually, just to give a small brief, Boin Cheruvu, whatever is today, it has reduced to, as you rightly said, more than 60%. It is rather around 70% is already enclosed. And very recently, it's still continuing. It's not that it's the encroachment is over, still continuing. We have approached and give you another dimension to it. Out of the total Cheruvu area, Hyderabad district covers only around 32-33%. Remaining 67% is under the Rangareddy collectorate. So when we are trying to do the longitude, latitude mapping and do some kind of catchment area mapping, those time we had to approach both these guys, and it took more than 6 months to have a meeting with both these collectorates. Anyway, thanks to those collectors, they at least came and they deputed their person. Well before that, thanks to Seoul, we have on a private note, we have conducted one longitude latitude test. Subsequently, that has been also covered by both the GHMC area. But again, the whole idea of telling you all those things, though it is a beautiful place, having beautiful surroundings and very good neighborhood, but the way the kind of discharge, the sewerage water is getting pumped into that lake from all across. In fact, there is a huge 4-5 canals are coming to that, and unless some kind of activity is really in form of a effluent treatment plant or some kind of and stopping all those, or maybe some other way technically whatever is required, this Cheruvu will be only maybe a couple of few more years to live. And in fact, we have been approaching, we have been telling all government bodies, but not really getting the desired support. And 2 years back, we got some success that even that HMDA also came out with a layout plan that they are making form part of the lake water bodies, which will be they'll be constructing tank bond kind of area and do some jogging track. But yes, all those are in paper. Nothing has come out. Thank you, sir. Hello.
Architecture student. Thank you, Mr. Gagan. I'm just briefing on the, after, we met and all what.
Yes, sir.
And one Miss Rajeshwari, she came to me and she did her master's thesis on this particular lake, actually.
Yes,
and
sir.
an eco-friendly, development. This was submitted to the government. And as usual, the government, okay, you did for your thesis work, and they dumped it in the garbage. And today, on the name of what you are talking, the HMDA came out with a, ambitious plan. They have dewatered the entire lake. They have broken the surplus weir against the Irrigation Act, and they have created a parallel, outflow channel. And in spite of 1,200 millimeters of rainfall, this lake is dry today. And the entire area got flooded. My colony, which was never, used to get affected. Yes, we are also the victims of this. And most dangerous point is, this is the largest aquatic buffer zone in Secunderabad cantonment area. And today, nobody bothers about it. Neither, because it is under Kumkutpalli municipality, GHMC, and then HMDA, and place, I requested the people to come. During this flood, they went and complained to the GHMC, and GHMC, what they said? Go to irrigation department. How do a common man understand that the role of an irrigation department in urban lakes? Nobody understands. This is the sad state of affairs. A city of lakes and gardens is totally neglected, not integrated as an internal part of it, city's master plan. That is most unfortunate. And now I have a good friend, an young man. After a lot of persuasion, he joined. Welcome, Sunil. Unmute your mic.
Sir, namaste. Namaste.
Sunil, I introduced him, Sunil, his short film on the Hyderabad lake got the UN award last year. And his efforts mostly on the Neknam Port, your work. Yes?
Yeah, exactly. It's a Ibrahim Lake, sir, right next to Golconda Fort.
Yeah, Golconda Fort. He's working on that. So his short film got the international recognition. And just before you stepped in, we were talking about the Hashmatpet Lake and people who are fighting for the last 8 years. Okay, in spite of so much rain, this lake is dry. All the colonies got inundated. This is the fate of, this is the understanding of the great engineers of GH. Please, Sunil, I don't want to take much time. Please go ahead and,
Sure.
We met, I think, some 4 years back at Aparna.
Right. Right, sir.
Please.
Firstly, thank you so much to consider me worthy to make part of this August group. I'm a huge fan of many of your work. Purushotam sir, namaste. We participated in one of the recent ETV discussion as well, sir. And to all of you. While we have tons of other things we could choose to do this evening, all of us sparing some time to discuss about this, while 99% of the people don't even know some discussion like this is happening. So it's phenomenal to see your commitment. All of you have grayed your hairs, but you don't want to give up. That's a huge inspiration. Thank you so much. So for me, it was a very common man kind of a reaction. Living next to Ibrahim Lake, I was kind of, my favorite perfume was Gucci. Then after moving to Ibrahim Lake, I forgot how it smells. Because I remember only one fragrance, which is the gutter fragrance, which comes out of Ibrahim Lake. Then mosquitoes have become my best friends. And one of my nephew became a tennis player because he always used to handle the racket to kill mosquitoes. So it was this reaction which kind of really bothered me to kind of take action. I'm a pretty reactive person. I wanted to contribute. I said, then what is the reason and all that stuff? I did some study because obviously I was under the impression that there are some amazing people in the GHMC who will be doing some miracles for us. So I said I should be prepared to talk to them, but unfortunately it is the other case. I went ahead and I had to really educate them on what's happening, what is the root cause, what is Guluskattu Chervulu, what is Alugu, and all these things I had to literally talk to them. Why sluice gates needs to be operational all the time. So then I went ahead, we managed to make some buzz around it. My intention was to add some connectivity to cause and also communities, bring people together for the lake, because we clean the lake and hand it over to them, they'll be more than happy to screw it up again. So my thought was, why can't we bring people together and share the accountability? That's where we kind of possibly added every weird reason to lake revival. One day it went, I think it was like extremely over on our imagination to say that we will celebrate Women's Day for lake revival. Then my team was like, what is the idea now? Because I don't see any relationship. Then we said, hey, water is something that nobody can create, and women is somebody who has power, who can only create. So let's create that link and then kind of go ahead and do the lake revival. So we did that celebration. So after 2 years of effort, I managed to build a group of people, about 200 people team to kind of support me in this journey. And then about 10,000 people in and around lake became aware of what is happening with this particular lake and how indirectly all of them are contributing to killing this particular lake. So that awareness has come. Then as usual, as a formality, Mr. KTR came and they have announced 22.5 crores to say that, hey, we're going to clean this lake and all that. Inauguration happened, a large scale inauguration. But all over the city, I was overhearing Subbarao sir's conversation saying that there's a huge flood in the Hyderabad, as all of us know, that all over the city we see water, but except in Ibrahim Lake, right? Because Ibrahim Lake, still there is no water. So sad state of affairs. All the channels reaching out to Ibrahim Lake, the water is stuck in everybody's house and they're kind of protecting the water so much. Rainwater harvesting is supposed to be done under the ground, but people manage to do it inside the house itself. So that's the kind of extremity that we are dealing with. Then once I was successful in my at least attempt in getting some traction to clean this lake, I went ahead and said, I'm a movie maker, I'm a movie buff, I like storytelling. So I said, okay, for Ibrahim Lake, there is somebody like me who has extreme itching, so who's kind of doing some work, but how about other people? What is happening with other lakes and all that stuff, right? So I went ahead and I made a film by name A Silent Voice. A Silent Voice is basically a 2.5 minutes ad film. And we have received an award from even Environment Ministry in the central government, India, in Delhi. And then it was played in United Nations as well. So this was selected in Lampa Film Festival. And there were about 200 international nominations this has got. So the idea is every lake has a voice and it is a silent voice and it is trying to give us some story. The smell it gives us is a story it is telling us. The mosquitoes breeding that is happening, it's another story it is telling us. So that was an attempt. There is an awareness happening, but I think what we need is an action now. I'll be more than happy to kind of seek your guidance, support, mentorship. If there is anything that I could do to contribute in making some difference, I'll be more than happy to do so.
Subbarao garu, I think.
Thank you so much, Sunil. We are actually looking for youngsters like you, and myself and Professor are looking for youngsters so that we can pass on our relay baton to you, so that the next generation will take this movement forward and makes the relevance of water bodies in the urban areas. Okay. Today, the relevance of urban lakes in the urban bodies, I was talking and campaigning for quite some time. They are the flood regulating structures. They can only control the financial losses during the flooding. This government is neglected, okay, and everywhere. And urban lakes can provide a lot of employment, entrepreneurship, but the government has to cut off the stupid contract systems. No contractor in this country is trained in restoration of the urban lakes. So whenever a contractor is taken or permitted, his background is always viewed. Civil structure, how much, how many buildings you have constructed, what is the area you have covered, and kind of things. But for contractors like who are working on lakes, do they have any track record of restoring the lakes in a biological or eco-friendly manner? No. We have to raise this voice. Okay? And they are the flood controlling structures. They save the life and as well as the financial life. We need to look into it. We need more youngsters like you. And we are here to pass on any information on it. And my another humble request to you is, you are a good, creative man. Please think of, coming out with a small documentary of Hyderabad democracy. The issues what we are carrying out. And let us think of this, okay? And then we can talk on it. And
if possible, sir,
so much,
sir, if possible, can you please add movie, sir? If possible, can you please add movie? Not only that, today Chief Minister announces that there will not be any cess and water. He is not going to collect any water charges from December come. It's another poll gimmick. But as you rightly said, water is being harvested in the homes now. We don't need any tap or anything to source us. But we'll be very happy to watch your movie, the 2.5 minutes movie, if it's possible, through Subbarao garu.
Should we do it now?
Yes, sir, please. Yeah, because it's monumental, because the way you have fought, I think it is because it is going live to the world. And why not?
Yep.
Sunil, if you have, now I request some other speaker, by the time you can prepare yourself to show it. Is it okay with you? Huh?
Sure. Absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
Please, you prepare yourself. I am requesting the firebrand lady.
Sir, you make him a host, I think.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, could you please make me co-host, sir? So that.
No.
And sir, one point which I wanted to add to what I said is, saving urban lakes is as important as saving lakes in the rural also, because what is happening with us right now will happen to those lakes 10 years, 15 years later as well, with the growth that we are experiencing. I think that is another important aspect. I think it's a different topic altogether, but I'm pretty keen if you could contribute something to that, or at least initiate some foundation stone for some thought like that. I think it will be a great food for thought for many people as well.
Yeah, Sunil, you have raised this issue. I started in '89 a restoration of rural lakes in upland areas of Khammam and Nujvi. I promoted the rural lakes conservation and restoration in three districts through farmers' federations. And I found very successful, very innovative things, because the panchayat presidents were so cooperative with me. And we have constructed from the desilted material a school building and a community building in Kuppam zone, Chittoor. Those kind of, vibrant people's participation. And the moment I stepped into the urban lakes and started walking, Roju Mangalarati Patlam Battala. ఆ కమిషనర్ గానికి జోనల్ కమిషనర్ గానికి ఆడు ఇంజనీర్ గాడు వాడు ఉంటాడు జిహెచ్ఎంసీలో ఆ పాల్తు గానికి వానికి కూడా ఇచ్చుకుంటూ కూర్చోవాలి. వాట్ ఈస్ దిస్? అవర్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ డజంట్ కౌంట్. Okay, our knowledge doesn't count. They only look at them. You are right, and I can share with you my video films on rural restoration works.
You should, sir. You should. You should.
I have
Absolutely, sir.
great coverage of the video films. I had a communication student at Central University in those days, and also the negatives and the slides I have. I will share with you.
Yes,
But
sir.
as you rightly
You should do it,
pointed
sir.
out.
Daily one video film. Then in between slides, at the end of the day, one video film. That is how you make them
Yeah,
more
we-
attractive. The topic becomes more attractive, and your work should go into public, sir.
Sunil, as you rightly pointed out, the whole problem is the dynamics of the rural lakes is also changing. Like today, the lakes around the Mehboob Nagar. You know, government people want to make mini tank bunds around the Mehboob Nagar. Mehboob Nagar needs an irrigation tank, not a mini tank bund for recreation. So we have to think of it. Are you ready, Sunil, or shall I ask some, people who are in the, who are waiting? Welcome, Raj Babu. I'll get back to you. Sunil. Okay. I invite now, welcome my firebrand youngster, Shravya Reddy. Are you there, Shravya? Shravya Reddy? Shravya? Are you there? I don't hear anything. Swati? Swati, are you there?
Is there?
Swati? Swati, please unmute your mic.
Yes, sir.
Please, the floor is yours. Okay, also look for Shravya if she is there. Okay, Swati, now the floor is yours. Please go ahead.
Oh, just a
Swati, welcome to, I think, Mr. both advocates, Ratan Singh and others. Am I correct? You are driving. Okay,
Yes,
Swati, the floor is yours, please.
Yeah, a very good evening to one and all. I'm Swati here, and right now I'm doing my urban planning. I'm studying urban planning at JNFAU, and I'm always interested in restoring water and trying to see what are the environmental issues around us, and that's the reason I'm just joining the forum to know what are the things going around. Yeah, and let's see how we can all put together and do something for the planet. So
That's it. You are from which college?
JNFAU.
Oh, Masaptan.
Yeah.
Yeah, we organized a workshop in 2015, actually, a big workshop.
Oh, nice.
And I referred the Rajeshwari name. She's from
Right.
the Masaptan College. She was
Oh,
a
that's
batch
good.
student of 2013. She did
Nice,
work
good.
in Hashmatpet Lake. And to all the participants, I would like to say, contributors, the Architecture College Masaptan has 50 thesis works on lakes. Government does not know. Myself and professor invited the then minister, saying, even the universities are not showcasing what they have done it. I have seen in Germany, all the preliminary work is assigned to universities. Once the student does a work, whether it is city planning, master planning, Delhi planning, anything, then it is submitted to the government official. Then it goes to a consultant firm. It gets refined. See, we do not have such kind of a convergence between the academics and the implementation agency. academics and the planning agencies. Okay, thank you, Swati, that you could
I
make.
think if we can do it now, that will be nice. I mean, if some connect between the government and the college can happen upfront, that will be very
No, no,
useful.
the whole problem is, we are only the idea givers and thought provokers.
Right.
Okay, we organized, we pushed the college to maximum extent.
True.
When Padmavati was the vice chancellor, acting vice chancellor of your we're
Yes.
here to help you, the students, but we do not want to waste our time running around the management. Okay?
True, true.
They are not in a position to guide the youngsters in a right direction also. I'm sorry to say this. Okay?
Yes.
But we are, another student of your college, Mayank, is an animation student. We have produced video films on several lakes. Okay? So please, anything, information or any kind of feedback, we can give it to you. Please keep in touch and hope you have our contact numbers. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. And sir, Sunil Garu,
Sir,
are you ready?
sir, the films are there. I just shared it on the.
Acha, you want the screen?
So, and also because we are all on the call, I think it might. No, not screen. I'm saying the streaming will take some time. So if it is possible, because I share the link here, if whoever is sharing the screen, if they can present it, will be nice. Just click on the YouTube link and play it, because from me streaming and then uploading from my thing, it will take some time. I have
we will
given the
do it
YouTube
in
link.
one of these days, no problem. Okay? Because we have this webinar every day. Hello?
Yeah. So anyway, what I will do, I will attempt to play the film, sir. Just give me, I'm sharing my screen. Could you please make me co-host, sir?
Yeah, I'm making you co-host. Where are you? Sunil. I'm not. Yes, Sunil. Yeah. Yeah, I made you host.
Okay. 1 second. I hope all of you are able to see the screen.
Yes, sir.
कितने बार बोला है खिड़की बंद रखा करो? क्या बेटा? गंदा स्मेल आता है ना?
So I request everybody to pay close attention to this title. And this was called out in the United Nations as well, in loving memory of late Hussain Sagar, jewel of Hyderabad. Usually, it so happens that we make films in memory of somebody whom we love, father, mother, and all that stuff. But I went ahead and said that in loving memory of late Hussain Sagar, which means Hussain Sagar is already dead, kind of a stuff, right? So, and this was nominated for 4 different categories in the Sustainable Development Goals, and that's the highest in United Nations from a film submitted from India so far. So it has multiple things. The girl is specially challenged. We spoke about water under the life under the water. We spoke about water actually before, and we also spoke about pollution. So various aspects we tried covering. There is one more film I made, Verge. If time permits, I would want to showcase that also, if it is allowed.
Yeah, Sunil, I will become, okay, Sunil, yeah. Yeah, maybe after 10 minutes, we
Fine,
have
sir.
new speakers who joined today. Okay?
Fine, sir.
Yeah, please.
Fine.
Thank
I'll
you.
make you host again.
And
Thank
because
you so much.
Live లో ఉన్న స్వామి.
you need a big applause. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And you see,
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
actually, I went to Texas Zoo. You should, I share my experience, in loving memory. And in 1995, in a public meeting organized by the collector Nalgonda on watersheds and water conservation, I spoke, I states in Telugu. ఏమన్నానంటే ఏ వనరులు భూమి మీద అంతరించిపోతాయో వాటి దినాలు పెడుతున్నామన్నా. అంటే చచ్చిపోయిన వాళ్ళకే కదా దినాలు. నీటి దినం, ఆడాళ్ళ దినం, గాలి దినం, వాట్ ఈస్ ఆల్ దిస్? 360 రోజులు దినాలకి సావుకి అయిపోతే ఇంకా భూమి మీద ఏమిటి మనం అసలు ఇది చేసేది? ఓకే, అండ్ వీ షుడ్ లుక్ ఇన్ టు దిస్. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. అండ్ వీ హ్యావ్ సంబడి, ఓన్లీ హిస్ నంబర్ ఈజ్ రిఫ్లెక్టింగ్ 9822953045. హూ ఇస్ దిస్ జెంటల్మెన్ ప్లీజ్? 0465.
Yeah, this is Satish, sir.
This is?
MA, Hyderabad Central University. Satish, sir, from Nizambet Municipal Corporation.
Oh, Satish, Akula Satish.
Yes, sir.
Oh, welcome, sir, welcome. ఎక్కడ మీరు అసలు మీరు చెరువులపైనే పోరాడిన యోధులు.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, last 1 year.
ఫోన్ నంబర్ వస్తే నేను గుర్తుపట్టలేకపోయినా. ప్లీజ్ సార్, ఈయన ఇవాళ ముగ్గురు వచ్చారు మనకి చెరువులపైన పోరాడే యోధులు. మీరు శర్లింగంపల్లి కదా?
My Kutbullapur Assembly, Nizambet Municipal Corporation, sir.
Sir, please, the floor is yours, please.
Just 2 minutes,
Please.
I will explain what is going on contemporary after this 2019, sir. This చేసినాక హైదరాబాద్ చుట్టుపక్కల ఉన్న గ్రామాలన్నీ కూడా ఇప్పుడు ట్రాన్స్ఫార్మింగ్ అయినాయి మున్సిపాలిటీలు, కార్పొరేషన్స్. ఇప్పటిదాకా గ్రామ పంచాయతీల కింద ఉన్న ఏవైతే చెరువులు, తర్వాత కుంటలు ఇవి అవుతున్నాయో అవన్నీ మున్సిపాలిటీలు, మున్సిపల్ కార్పొరేషన్లు అయినాక కొత్త రూపాన్ని సంతరించుకున్నాయి. శరవేగంగా అభివృద్ధి అనేది స్టార్ట్ అయిపోయింది. బిల్డింగ్స్ కానీ, అపార్ట్మెంట్స్ కానీ, వెంచర్స్ కానీ, ఇవి ఇంతకుముందు గ్రామ పంచాయతీలో ఒక సర్టెన్ స్టేజ్కి ఉండేది. ఇప్పుడు కొత్తగా ఒక 2 yearsలో, ఒక లాస్ట్ 2 yearsలోనే నేను కేస్ స్టడీగా మా దగ్గర తీసుకుంటేనే నియర్లీ 22 lakesలో దాదాపు 19 lakes ఎన్క్రోచ్మెంట్కి వెళ్ళిపోయినాయి లాస్ట్ 15 years నుండి. ఆ లేక్స్లలో మున్సిపల్ కార్పొరేషన్ వచ్చినాక గ్రామ పంచాయతీలోనే కొంతవరకు బెటర్ అనిపించింది. మున్సిపల్ కార్పొరేషన్ వచ్చినాక డిపార్ట్మెంట్స్ కోఆర్డినేషన్ కానీ, తర్వాత పొలిటికల్ ప్రెజర్స్ కానీ, డెవలప్మెంట్ ఆస్పెక్ట్లో బ్యూరోక్రాట్స్ కానీ, పొలిటీషియన్స్ కానీ, బిల్డర్స్ కానీ, ఇక మిగిలింది చెరువులు, పార్కులు, ప్రభుత్వ భూములే. కాబట్టి గ్రామాల్లో ఇప్పటిదాకా చెరువులు కాపాడుకున్నాయి కూడా నెక్స్ట్ ఇవన్నీ కూడా కొత్త మనకు ఛాలెంజెస్గా రేపు ఇన్ కమింగ్ ఫ్యూచర్లో కొత్త మున్సిపాలిటీలు, మున్సిపల్ కార్పొరేషన్ 226 వరకు తెలంగాణ వ్యాప్తంగా చేసేది. కాబట్టి కొత్త ఛాలెంజెస్ ఎమర్జింగ్ అయ్యే అవకాశం ఉంది సార్. ఈ వేళ కొంత స్టడీ చేయాల్సిన అవసరం ఉందనేది నా పర్సెప్షన్ గా. లాస్ట్ 1 year గా ఒక కార్పొరేషన్ లో కేస్ స్టడీగా వర్క్ చేస్తున్నాం కాబట్టి నాకు అనిపించిన ఈ ట్రాన్స్ఫార్మేషన్ లో గ్రామాలను మున్సిపాలిటీలు, మున్సిపల్ కార్పొరేషన్లుగా చేసినాక ఫస్ట్ ఎఫెక్ట్ అయ్యేది ప్రభుత్వమును చెరువులే సార్. కాబట్టి మనం ఏదైతే అనుకుంటున్నామో వాటర్ బాడీస్ ఫ్యూచర్ కోసం వాటర్ కన్జర్వేషన్ ఏదైతే అనుకుంటున్నామో వాటికి నెక్స్ట్ చాలా బ్రహ్మాండమైన ఛాలెంజెస్, చాలా ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ వచ్చేది ఈ విషయంలో ఉన్నాయి సార్. దాదాపు హెచ్ఎండి హైదరాబాద్ చుట్టుపక్కల ప్రాంతంలో 4,500 దాదాపు 2,000-2,500 కొత్త కార్పొరేషన్ల వల్ల ఎఫెక్ట్ అయ్యే అవకాశం ఉంది సార్, డైరెక్ట్ గా ఇండైరెక్ట్ గా. కాబట్టి ఆ విషయంలో కొంత స్టడీ చేయాలనేది, చేస్తే మనకు బెటర్ గా ఫస్ట్ క్రాస్ చెక్ పెట్టే అవకాశం ఉంటుంది సార్. కొత్తగా హైదరాబాద్ లాగా కాంక్రీట్ జంగల్ అయినాక వాటిని రక్షించడం అయితే కష్టం అయిపోతుంది సార్. వన్స్ బిల్డింగ్ కట్టినాక మనం ఏం చేయలేని పరిస్థితి. అధికారులు, తర్వాత కొత్త మున్సిపాలిటీలో సిబ్బంది లేకపోవడం, తర్వాత ఇన్ఛార్జ్ల వల్ల వాటి వాటర్ బాడీస్ ప్రిజర్వింగ్ కానీ ప్రొటెక్షన్ కానీ మాత్రం ఛాలెంజెస్ గా ఉన్నాయి సార్. నేను అబ్జర్వ్ చేసిన వరకు అయితే రాబోయే రోజులలో ఒక 1-2 years లో ఇది మేజర్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ గా మనకు అయ్యే అవకాశం ఉంది. కాబట్టి కొంత ఆవేలో చర్చలు జరుగుతాయి, డిస్కషన్స్ అవుతాయి. ఇట్స్ విల్ బెటర్ టు ప్రొటెక్టింగ్ లేక్స్ అండ్ బెటర్ టు సర్వీస్ టు సొసైటీ ఉంటుంది. దిస్ ఇస్ మై పర్సెప్షన్ సార్. లాస్ట్
సతీష్ గారు మీరు చెప్పింది 100% కరెక్ట్. ఎందుకనంటే మొట్టమొదటిసారిగా నేను పెరి అర్బన్ ఏరియాస్ అంటే సిటీ చుట్టుపక్కల ఉన్న ప్రాంతాలను 1987లో స్టడీ చేశాను. అప్పుడు గవర్నర్ మనకి కుమిత్ బిన్ జోషి గారు ఉండేది. ఆవిడ అప్పుడే ఏమన్నారు అని అంటే, ఈ గ్రామీణ ప్రాంతాలు ఎప్పుడో ఒక రోజు పట్టణాలకు వచ్చేస్తాయి, మరి ఇక్కడున్న ప్రజల జీవన విధానము, ఎందుకంటే ఊరికే భూమి అమ్ముకుంటాడు, దాని తర్వాత వానికి ఏం చేయాలన్నా ఉడితే. మీరు అన్న పాయింట్ నేను మహేశ్వరంలో స్టడీ చేసాను. మహేశ్వరంలో మనకి వాటర్ కన్జర్వేషన్ వరల్డ్ బ్యాంక్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఉండేది 87 నుంచి 92 దాకా. నేను నా స్టూడెంట్స్ అందరినీ కూడా తీసుకెళ్ళేవాడిని. ఇప్పుడు అంత పెద్దగా వాటర్ కన్జర్వేషన్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ చేసిన మహేశ్వరంలో ఇప్పుడు ఇండస్ట్రీస్ ఇవన్నీ వచ్చాక ఆ వాటర్ కన్జర్వేషన్ చెరువుల్ని కానీ, కట్టల్ని కానీ, చెక్ డ్యామ్స్ని కానీ అన్ని ధ్వంసం చేసినాయి. సో అందుకని మీరు అన్నది ఏది ఉన్నది, ఎప్పుడు కూడా ఏమవుతున్నది అని అంటే, మనం ఇప్పుడు మనిషి డాక్టరు ఎవడైనా రోగం పడ్డ తర్వాత ఏమంటాడు, అరే కొంచెం ఇడ్లీ తినరా, తర్వాత రైస్ తినరా, కొంచెం ఇది మెల్లమెల్లగా తినుకుంటూ రారా బలం వస్తుంది అంటాడు. అంటే బలం పెంచుకుంటూ రా అంటాడు. అవునా? మనం ఏం చేస్తున్నామంటే గ్రామీణ ప్రాంతాల్లో ఏవైతే నీటి వనరులు ఉన్నాయో ఆ బలాన్ని చంపేసి కొత్త బలం ఇస్తామంటారు. మేము ఈడి నుంచి తెస్తాం, ఆడి నుంచి తెస్తాం నీళ్లు అన్న భావన వస్తుంది. అది మీరు చెప్పింది 100%. ఆ స్టడీలో నాకు హైదరాబాద్ చుట్టుపక్కల చాలా మటుకు నా దగ్గర సర్వే ఆఫ్ ఇండియా మ్యాప్స్ అన్నీ ఉన్నాయి, పాత చెరువుల హిస్టరీ కూడా. మీకు ఎటువంటి సహకారం కావాలన్నా మా తరపు నుంచి మేము. మీరు అడ్వకేట్ అని నేను అనుకుంటాను కదా. మనం
ఎంఏ సోషల్,
ఎందుకంటే మనం ఫస్ట్ టైం కలిసిన దాంట్లో మీ గ్రూప్లో కొంతమంది అడ్వకేట్లు పుడతాను. కానీ చాలా థ్యాంక్స్ మన సతీష్ గారు, మీరు టైం తీసుకొని వచ్చినందుకు. మీరు అన్న పాయింట్ని డెఫినెట్గా ఈ హడావిడి తగ్గిన తర్వాత అది ఒక స్టడీ రూపంలోకి తీసుకెళ్తాం.
ఫస్ట్ 1 year అవుతుంది సార్. నెక్స్ట్ దాని మీద ఎఫెక్ట్ పడబోతున్నాయి. ఇప్పటిదాకా హైదరాబాద్ మీరు ఎంత కష్టపడ్డారు, ఈ కొత్త మున్సిపాలిటీలో ఈ ప్రాబ్లం రాబోతుంది సార్. హైదరాబాద్ సిచ్యువేషన్ స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది.
ఎందుకని అంటే మీరు అక్కడ దాకా వెళ్ళొద్దు. మొన్న వరంగల్ ఏమైంది సార్? క్లాసిక్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ అది. హైదరాబాద్ తర్వాత హైదరాబాద్ అంత గ్లోబల్ నగరము అని డబ్బా కొట్టుకున్నాం. అవునా?
అవునవును సార్.
మరి ఇక్కడ అవగాహన ఉందా ఎవరికన్నా అసలు వరంగల్లో ఎంత డ్యామేజ్ అయింది అన్నది? మళ్ళా రెండోది ఏమిటి అని అంటే, ప్రభుత్వం ఎజెండాలో తెలంగాణ ఈజ్ అర్బన్ స్టేట్ అని, మొత్తం రాష్ట్రమే విపత్తులతోటి మునిగిపోతుంది చెప్తున్నాం. మీలాంటి వాళ్ళు ముందుకు రావాలా. ఆ స్టడీస్ మనం మన సాయశక్తిలో విల్ బ్రింగ్ అవుట్ దట్. and take it to
Yes, sir.
Government of India planning. Okay? నీతి ఆయోగ్
sir.
దాకా వెళ్దాం. రైట్, థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. మీరు డ్రైవింగ్లో
Thank you, sir.
ఉన్నట్టున్నారు. ఓకే,
Yes, yes.
ఎస్, అండ్
Thank you, sir.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. విల్ కీప్ ఇన్ టచ్.
Thank you very much.
రండి, మీరు మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్, మేము ప్రతిరోజు చేస్తున్నాము. అండ్ నేను రేపు మీకు ఫోన్ చేసి మాట్లాడు. ఓకే,
తప్పకుండా సార్. I will contact you personally.
రైట్, థ్యాంక్.
Right.
And now I request Sunil, are you ready for the second?
Yeah, absolutely,
yeah,
sir.
Please.
మీరు ఒక్కసారి మళ్ళీ
You are
co-host చేయాల్సి
already host, no?
వస్తుంది.
You are already a host. Or do I have to?
Yeah, but I gave you the rights again.
Okay. Okay. I am making you host again. Sunil. Yes, sir. You are host, sir.
Okay.
తీసుకోండి అన్ని పక్కన కారు పెట్టండి, ఒక 2 నిమిషాలు మాట.
సతీష్ అన్న జర మ్యూట్ చేసుకోండి మీది, ఫిల్మ్ చూపిస్తున్నాము. ఓకే, ఓకే, యూ కెన్.
Yeah,
Sunil,
I'm doing it.
I made you the host.
I'm doing it once.
Yeah. కంగ్రాట్స్ సునీల్. ఇది చూసినప్పుడు నాకు అనిపించింది, నేను ఎప్పుడు పబ్లిక్ మీటింగ్స్ నేను అదే చెప్తున్నా. నేను ఎన్జిఓ మీటింగ్స్ కానీ కమ్యూనిటీస్ తోటి మాట్లాడేటప్పుడు ఎప్పుడు అంటా, నగరాలు పెరుగుతున్న కొద్దీ The endangered species are women and lakes. మీరు చూడండి, harassment on women increased as the cities became corporations to metropolitan. Lakes have vanished when they transformed themselves from panchayat to corporation to metropolitan. So as a system we have failed. I called it silent lamps. ఓకే, సో ఇది ఒక్కొక్కసారి అనిపిస్తుంది అన్నమాట నాకు కూడా, ప్రపంచంలో నేను ఒక్కడనే పిచ్చోడిని కాదు, నాలాంటి పిచ్చోళ్ళు ఉంటారు అని. ఓకే, సో థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. యూ అగైన్ enhanced my confidence and the morale, the thought process అన్నది అది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. అది ఎవరు కూడా ఆలోచన చేస్తలేరు, ఏదో కొట్టిపారేస్తున్నారు. ఎందుకనంటే ఎన్నో వచ్చినాయి, నిర్భయ కేసు వచ్చింది, ఆ కేసు వచ్చింది, ఈ కేసు వచ్చింది, ఇక్కడ కొట్టేసినాం, అక్కడ కొట్టేసినాం, ఎంక్రోచ్మెంట్లో అన్నారు. మళ్ళీ రెండో రోజే ఎంక్రోచ్మెంట్ అవుతున్నది కదా. సో వేర్ ద సిస్టమ్, వై పీపుల్ ఆర్ నాట్ వేకింగ్ అప్? దే ఆర్ जागो हैदराबादी, अगर जिंदा रहना है तुम्हारे बच्चों को, है ना? We have to think of our future, not for our future generations, our children and our grandchildren. You see, this is a city of more than 460 years, gave a salubrious environs to everybody and a livable condition to everybody. What is that we are transforming? 100 సంవత్సరాల కిందట వరద వచ్చింది అని అంటే 100 సంవత్సరాల కిందట మోక్షగుండ విశ్వేశ్వరయ్య ఒక్కరే ఉండేవాడు. ఇప్పుడు కనీసం 20,000 మంది ఇంజనీర్లని మనం హైదరాబాద్ నుంచే ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేస్తున్నామా అమెరికాకి? ఇంత టెక్నాలజీ పెరిగిన తర్వాత కూడా మనము అయ్యో వర్షం పడ్డది అని పాతకాలంలాగా మాట్లాడడం అంటే అది కేవలం మన ఇంటలెక్చువల్ దౌర్భాగ్యం, అంతకు మించి ఏం కాదు. Arrogance and increased arrogant attitude in the system. We have to come forward, meet everybody, cut down, brush aside our egos. Okay, so this is a wonderful thing, and I congratulate and several others. I produced even with the slides some of the movies in 80s. మీరు ఇప్పుడు ఏదైతే వీడియోస్ చేశారో చిన్న చిన్న షార్ట్ స్టోరీస్ I will share with you. I was looking for people, who can make 2-3 minutes, a message giving story. Okay, I'm sharing right now because I can't resist myself.
Wonderful.
సంజీవిని పర్వతాన్ని హనుమంతుడు తీసుకొచ్చింది బయోడైవర్సిటీ పైన. నేను ఒక కథ స్కూల్ చిల్డ్రన్ తోటి ఒక ప్లే కూడా చేయించాను. You can make it in just 3-4 minutes. ఓకే, ఆ పర్వతాన్ని ట్రీట్మెంట్ అయిన తర్వాత తీసుకుపోయి అక్కడే పెట్టి అంటాడు ఆ డాక్టర్, ఆయుర్వేద డాక్టర్. అవునా? ఎందుకు? ఆ మొక్క అదే వాతావరణంలో అదే ఎత్తులో బతుకుతుంది. ఓకే, దేర్ ఆర్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ మెసేజెస్ ఇన్ అవర్ స్టోరీస్. లెట్ us, we are opening up. I am very happy that this platform is giving understanding each other's. లేకపోతే మనం కూడా ప్రొఫెషనల్గా ఏమైనా సార్ చెరువు అంటే ఉన్నదో పోయిందో అంట. లెట్ us explore our own areas of common interest, and I also explore our expertise and passion. Okay, thank you so much, Sunil, for participating today and enlightening every one of us. Okay, now we have all the new, the people who joined today, they have shared their experiences, and anybody from say Mutyam Reddy garu gaani, K.V. Rao garu gaani, Raj Babu garu gaani, anything new you would like to add to this? మీరు ఒకసారి మీ కామెంట్ ఇచ్చిన తర్వాత I request Professor Purushotam Reddy garu to summarize and give a message for the way forward for tomorrow. Please, sir. K.V. Rao garu.
Hello, good evening all.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
I would just like to comment on what Mr. Namkishore started earlier on.
go back.
He said industries are there and we don't know what pollutants they are releasing in the air. Historically, I'm sure everybody knows what a particular industry would emit. It is almost known and what those pollutants are and what harm they can do. So I'm from the shipping background, and from the ships we know what comes out of the ship's funnel. And we're always looking out for that, and there have been strong and many changes come about to stop those kind of pollutants, which are basically sulfurous and nitrous in content. And so if we're able to monitor or have sensors just to look for those particular ones for a start, and then we can go filter down into smaller grains like plastics and whatnot people are burning. And on the shipping side, they even employ drones to just go and, just sniff on the ship's funnel to see if any kinds of pollutants are still coming out. So, these are steps that can be taken. And that's what I would just like to say. And that's it. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much. This actually reminds of the traditional practices in underground mines. Nandakishore, are you there? Nandakishore? Are you there? Okay.
Yes.
Yes, you are there. Okay. This is a traditional practice in all the coal mines, underground mining. వాళ్ళు ఏం చేసేవాళ్ళు అంటే వర్కర్స్ బురక పిట్ట అని చిన్నది ఉంటుంది, ఆ పిట్టను తీసుకుని వెళ్ళేవాళ్ళు. ఇట్ స్మెల్స్ ది మీథేన్ ఫ్రమ్ ఎ డిస్టెన్స్. అది దాని డోసేజ్ ఎక్కువైనప్పుడు పిట్ట చచ్చిపోతుంది. సో ఇట్స్ అన్ ఇండికేషన్ ఆఫ్ డేంజర్. సో అట్లాగా చాలా మటుకు అసలు గ్యాసెస్ స్మెల్, ద బర్డ్స్ ఆర్ సో సెన్సిటివ్ టు ఇట్. Unfortunately, we have not, plants which are sensitive to, we have the capacity to assimilate the gaseous and, foul gases and all. There is very little attempt happened in botany and zoological science, biological sciences, I say, on applied aspects of it. ఈరోజు మొక్కలు నాటండి అంటారు. ఈ గాలికి ఈ వాసనకి మొక్కలు బతుకుతాయా అసలు? ఎలాంటి మొక్కలు నాటితే విషవాయువుల్ని తీసుకుంటుంది అన్నది ఆ సమాచారం ఎక్కడైనా ఉన్నదా? లేదే. సో దెర్ ఇస్ ఎ లాట్ ఆఫ్ స్కోప్ ఫర్ రీసెర్చ్, అప్లైడ్ సైన్సెస్, demystify the whole thing. And if you remember my dear friend S.K. Nair, you see, I did my MSc presentation on geobiochemical prospecting. Okay. And it was Dave who encouraged.
You did under Dr. Nair or what?
Dave. Very surprising. So orthodox, how he allowed me, I don't know. And and everybody looked at me crazy. That was the thing which also gave me a second rank in the UPSC interview. Because Dr. Nair was the GSI DG.
Oh yeah.
He was in the interview. When I said biogeo, he just keeping on asking me on the plants and other chemical indicators, mineral indicators. Oh yeah. So I just gave the answer and came back. And later I could realize he is the guy. Because during his tenure, the biogeochemical prospecting happened in GSI. Okay? And today, Dr.
Geochemical
Nair,
prospecting, yes.
Yeah, prospecting. We used those indicators for prospecting.
Yeah.
First year you were
Correct.
with us when we went to zinc mines in Rajasthan. First year
Zawar mines. Zinc,
zinc, lead and copper mines. Okay.
Yeah. We were together.
Yeah, that was the area where the plant indicators were established earlier.
Right.
And today, in 2003, I worked on reversal process of taking the contamination using a plant species in one of the industrial contaminated zones. I took the help of Australian literature.
Okay.
The same plant which are affinity for the growth also have the potential to take back the contaminants from the soils.
Yeah.
But we are not using it. Okay. So those are all great things, which happened, and there's a lot to be done. So don't think we have become old. We have several things to contribute.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and okay, K.V. Rao garu, ఇప్పుడు పొత్తూరి నారాయణ రావు గారు వచ్చారు. Dr. Potturi Narayan Rao, he is known for People and Environment magazine. Last 30 years he is publishing.
Mm-hmm. In English or
in English
Telugu?
Now we will send you the copies too.
Oh, yes.
Okay, I request Narayan Rao.
Yes, today I will send.
Yeah.
Now
I will share his mail ID.
Okay.
Good.
So Narayan Rao garu, it's good that you have joined, and we request you to join every day.
Yes, definitely.
This is there every day. Okay.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Actually, I went for walking, and when I came, I just forgot. Now,
no problem. Every day, and please. Okay.
Definitely.
And we are running short time.
Not only I could able to learn so much.
You would like to? Otherwise, I move to Professor Purushotam Reddy to sum up. Okay?
Just a second. Just a minute. Subha, you were saying that in Telangana, the Telangana State Pollution Control Board is not doing anything. I agree with you, but nevertheless, they have a wonderful website wherein the large material has been posted. And they say that their vision, you listen to their vision, to achieve economic growth with the environmental management for an improved quality of life in Telangana. A fantastic vision. How are you going to achieve if this is a situation for Hyderabad?
Don't ask us, you be happy with your mission statement. And,
the fantastic vision.
One thing I tell you, with all, lacune in the PCB, state PCB, PCB under the combined state has established several benchmarks and landmarks.
I can see in this website.
Yeah, and I was associated with it for more than 15 years. We had fight, we have love and hate relation, and it was, it happened because of Tisha Chatterjee, who became the secretary for MOE. So now he is in Indian Institute of Public Administration, Delhi.
IITA, yeah.
Okay. And it was this, we started looking into contaminated lakes. Okay, gray area restoration.
No, they are saying in their website, they are saying about it.
Yeah, and because I was the man who was conducting the workshops. Okay, and also on biomedical waste, 2000.
Yeah.
Okay.
So lot of things are told. Lot of things. But the problems which you are raising are all mentioned here. But that gives a wrong impression. Who is correct? There comes the problem.
That is the problem, because I know I also have good work relation with Karnataka PCB. There are 3 scientists in Karnataka Pollution Control Board, and all others are outsourced guys.
Oh, I see.
You see, and the same situation is with the Telangana State Pollution Control Board.
Oh God.
Those who are retired, that's all. No fresh recruitments are happening, and nobody wants to strengthen the institutions in this country, as rightly pointed out by Prof. Because I was also given an assignment of assessing the institutional capacities of pollution control boards. But I did for combined state. Okay.
Another point for clarification. Are you aware about a center for government for good governance?
Good governance.
Center for good governance?
Yes, I know that.
Who are these people?
It is launched by one of the retired IFS officers.
Oh, I see. You have any liaison with them?
Yeah, I know him personally.
That is all. Not from work point of view.
Work point of view, whenever now he became very old. Like, Bangalore Environment Trust, you know it?
Yeah.
BET, Saldana and others are there. And it was also started by one of the IFS officers in 1986.
Now, maybe one person, but they must be having a good working
And what
group,
happens,
isn't it?
It's very, they struggle, to sustain an institution, we need a lot of committed people. Okay?
That is.
You see, I have high admiration for Kerala Sahitya Parishad. You may not be having.
No, I am a founder member.
I'm hearing Kerala
I am a founder member.
Okay. I'm hearing Kerala Sahitya Parishad last 30 years. Okay? And they have done wonderful works. They have also done mistakes. But what I like is they sustain the institution.
No, because in each district we have set up. Each panchayat we have set up.
No, you may be having the setups, but creating sustainable mechanisms is a big challenge in this country.
Yeah, no doubt.
If somebody wants to do something, there are 100 people who will pull him back.
That is true.
Okay.
That is true.
Okay, we can discuss this at our personal level. And
Fine,
now
fine,
I
fine.
request Professor Purushotam Reddy garu. Anna, are you there?
Yeah.
Yes, Anna, the floor is yours.
But
Forward for the
Narayan Rao garu మాట్లాడలేదన్నా.
Narayan Rao గారిని
తర్వాత మాట్లాడతారు ఎందుకంటే టైం ఎక్కువైంది కదా.
Okay. Sir, actually I wish to place on record the two short films that have been exhibited today. Hats off to Sunil. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate Sunil and excellent communication. And the two short films, they communicate so much. I have no words. I was myself a student of English literature, and I have read so many top, what we call plays of Shakespeare, Christopher Marlowe, and all that. You really deserve all appreciation that in a very, very limited period of time you could communicate so much. And we are very fortunate that you are part of the group. This particular group, Hyderabad Democracy Forum, is basically intended to be a forum of the citizens of Hyderabad. And I am grateful to my friend B.V. Subbarao. What all his all comments, the way he was conducting. And for me, it's a continuous education. It's a, we say lifelong education, continuing education. But just to be associated with Subbarao is it's part of the continuing education, because when he gave that example from Ramayana, Lord Anjaneya bringing that mountain, unable to identify the right herb, medicinal plant, and then again taking it back and placing it in the same place. But then the next comment is fantastic, because he said that biodiversity, which is unique for that particular ecosystem, and to ensure that it continues to survive there, the hillock has to be placed, because only then it can survive. So these are all very important silent messages. And listening to Dr. Nair also, because Kerala Shastra Sahitya Parishad, I am a big fan myself, and I am aware of the Silent Valley campaign and the big success. So we all need to learn from each other. After several years, a very good organization has been established, Hyderabad Democracy Forum. And it is for the common good of not only those of us who are alive today, but we need to as already rightly pointed out, we need to protect and to pass it on to for generations to come. We need to keep the area fit enough for human habitation. Friends, there are a large number of issues. We are starting with the lakes, but other natural resources, the wonderful rock formations of Banjara, Jubilee Hills, and the adjoining areas, they are all out. And the next target is, Rachakonda Guttalu. Already people have started the mining there, and they are promoting a very negative, destructive model in the name of development in Rachakonda area. It is adjacent to one of my very close friends' village, Tangelpelli. And as a child, I used to roam in that area. Wonderful. It is almost like, the Great Canyon, that wonderful valley. But unfortunately, we don't maintain and we allow everything to get destroyed. So, friends, let us all come together, continue the dialogue. I myself would be I would be speaking on the 74th Amendment on 25th. Not that I am going to contribute anything original, but then the time has come for all of us to focus. So let us come together and learn to make a common cause, and then we need to move forward. Thank you, Subhana, for today.
Thanks, Anna. Thanks for your observation. ఐఫోన్లో ఉన్నది బాలస్వామి గారా?
అవును సార్.
నమస్తే సార్. నమస్తే.
నమస్తే.
థ్యాంక్స్ ఫర్ మీరు వచ్చారు, దాని తర్వాత నిన్న యంగ్స్టర్ రాజ్ ఫ్రాన్సిస్ కూడా వచ్చినారు. And I thank all those who participated, continues to participate. Please join us, okay, every day. And we are planning for a marathon webinar on Saturday. Please influence, motivate, and get some more youngsters. It's a long journey for everyone. And let us come together, share our experiences, share our resources, share our expertise for a greater cause of ours. And we can pass on the same to others. Let's make Hyderabad a livable city. Yeah. Thank you so much. Good night. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
Thank you, Subhra. Thank you.
Good night.
Sign out.